in the background, man. What's happening, Mick? Good, mate?
I'm not too bad, mate, and you?
Cushy, mate, all good. How are you feeling, mate, after the big event?
I was a kind of event, wasn't it? I mean, luckily, I think I come out a little bit more unscathed than him. So, got a couple of black eyes and some sore hands.
How did you feel the camp went for this fight, Mick?
Camp, well, it went well for what, like I say, I broke my foot, about, I think it was 8 or 9 weeks before the fight. So, obviously, I was a little bit concerned about that, but we're just trying to work on other things for fitness.
Yeah. What did you on the way-in? What were your thoughts like of the whole setup in the hotel and that?
So it was professional, it's a good setup. Like I say, they set the big standard at Wembley, and they're trying to follow it on, So it was no complaints about any of it. To me, it was a good show. It was a successful one, anyways.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. When you met Panda first time, like face to face, was he as big as you thought he was going to be?
He was big, wasn't he?
Yeah, massive.
I think I met him the same time as you. He was quite big. Do you know what it is? I'm not sure if he's lost weight for that weighing because, like he hugged us just before we went out to fight, and he seemed a little bit heavier, like as we went out compared to the weight. I don't know if he's lost a little bit of weight and gained it for the day of the fight, but he definitely put some weight on.
Yeah, he was massive, mate. He had like a presence about him, didn't he? Like he was that big. What a lovely guy as well.
He was a character as well, wasn't he? He was like joking around all the time, and he's wanting to be everyone's friend, sort of thing. But they put him down to 6'4". Now I'm 6'3". So when I asked him, he says he's 6'5". He was big,
Yeah, he was massive, mate. On the morning of the fight on the Saturday of BKFC Newcastle, how did you feel? Was it just the same as every other show you've done, or was it a different type of energy with it being in like your hometown?
Never really bothers me. I sleep like a baby the night before. I think I woke up about 9 o'clock. I went to see Andy, my cornerman. Popped in the morning to see him. I had a few errands to do. And then back home, get myself ready to go.
And did you watch many of the fights from backstage before your fight was on?
Well, lucky there was a window. You could see some of the fights through the window. So in between warming up and stuff, if someone went down that you liked, went to try to watch their fights,
Yeah. Lewis Keane out the same gym as you?
Yeah, he's a quality lad, Lewis. I think he can go quite far. He's got lots of good skills. He's sharp, and clinical as well, in and out, sharp, good combinations. He's very good,
How old is Lewis? Because he only seems like a young lad.
He's just early 20s, just really, just like new, like fresh as well, So like, he could have a good 15 years left in him,
Yeah, class is in it at the perfect age as well. He's in his early 20s, and it's just as it's grown, in it.
Oh, he's jumped in at the right time for him. Like I say, I find with a bare knuckle, it's usually people come to either the end of the careers,
but
he's there right at the beginning, So as long as he keeps doing what he's doing, he'll go for him.
Yeah, he will 100%. What did you think of the production in the arena on the night in the Dome?
I didn't get to see it. I mean, the setup was mint. The rig, the ring and the lighting rig looked really well. But like, I was the last fight on. Once you get in there, wrap your hands, you're not allowed back out. So
yeah, true.
I've just seen the changing room all night.
Oh, fuck's sake. But yeah, from what I've seen of it anyway, it was amazing. I loved it.
It was cool. I think with the Dome as well, the atmosphere echoes, in there, so it was great,
Yeah, how did it feel walking out with all the crowd going on the way they were?
It's class, man. And I mean, my walkout song, I absolutely love my walkout song, and as soon as I get it, I get a little chills, it just reminds us of growing up. And I love that song, so when I walk out and then all my pals are singing it, it's great, man.
Is it just that song in particular, or are you like an Elvis fan?
Oh, I like all Elvis.
Yeah.
I mean, Kilder's sounded like it's currently might be a bit of a nonce, like, but you know what I mean? You got to hide out there. But that song, I love that song.
Yeah, wicked. And the first round of the fight, mate, with Panda, what's going through your head? Was it exactly how you expected, or was it different?
Definitely not. To Do you know what it is? When I watched Panda, the first fight I seen, he got dropped within seconds. And I thought he's going to go on the... For some reason, I thought he's going to go on the back foot. And but, you know, like, he closed me down straight away.
Yeah.
And you see, he's a big lad, you know, and what our game plan was to slip away on my left-hand side because he's left-handed, stay away from the power hand. And I wanted to throw left hook, right hand. But he was quite good at cutting the ring down. So he was coming onto my left side, which means I couldn't get on the outside of his foot. So I was having to lead with a right hand, left hook, which could have left us open. So I had to be careful. So it was right hand, left hook, and then roll out the way of his power hand. He had a few of us. He caught us one, cut me eye, and then I started coming underneath his hand.
Shot as well, that wasn't it?
Sorry?
Was it the first shot he hit you with? What cut you?
I think it was the first shot cut me eye. I think, you know what it is? It's the same eye I got cut when I fought Arnold, so I didn't have it just reopened. It doesn't bother us, you know when people get cut in the panic. I didn't. The only reason why I knew it was cut because when in my eye, I didn't feel it.
Jesus, mate, I'm just thinking of it there in my head when we were watching down, because we were sort of like in Panda's, where's corner was, do you know what I mean? Fuck me, mate, his face was an absolute mess, and it seemed to be right in the eyeball as well. It
sounds horrible, but like, you know, his eye, it looked like, you know, like an arsehole. You know, like a little starfish. His eye looked like, let's say if you hit 11, you squint your eyes a little bit. That's what his eye looked like. And then when I caught him in the second round, that shot, I think his gum shield come out. And I honestly thought it was his eye fell out. So I took a step back, so I didn't want to stand on his eye. And when I realised it was a gum shield, I cut it. I'm like, oh, wait. You know what I mean? I could have kept going there.
And he was a bit dazed as well, putting his gum shield in that back end, wasn't he?
He was, you know. I mean, really, you've got to look at his corner team. They should have really hid the towel in from you, know. I'm quite cynical, you know. Usually, I'm like a bit nasty, but I like the lad, you know. And I felt sorry for him a little bit, and I was looking at his, like, to say, oh, somebody help him out. He's just getting battered.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, what was it? The third round?
Second, he didn't come to the third. They retired him after the second. I mean, I think Panda would have went all day. Just didn't care him.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. What a heart. What a warrior.
He was. I mean, cracking bloke as well, you know. What a laugh he is.
Some of the cuts as well. Like, one of the cuts that he had was like as if it was like a V. Did you see it?
Aye, a few ones horrible. Obviously, I'm looking right at it, and I split him and it went up. So it was like a vertical cut up. And then I split him and it went that way. And I cut him on the same point again. I went that way. So it's like a wigwam sort of triangle in his head. But, you know what it is? That's the game, though, isn't it? You know what it is? He's put a picture on those since. And he's healing quite well. Like, people are saying, oh, it's disgusting. It shouldn't be allowed. But I think he's healed quick.
Yeah, he has. It was only a couple of days after he sent me a picture on Instagram, and his eyes and that had opened back up, and it was just basically black eyes.
It just looks worse than what it is at the time. You know what I mean? Because obviously the blood, but it was a bloodbath, mind. Wrecked me shorts.
I've seen the picture of them. But the white anyway, they're always going to get wrecked down.
I think the last one was Josh Burns. He wrecked them. Batchelder. It's all the Americans keep wrecking me shorts.
Andy as well put the wraps on, fucking bright red.
Aye, and with me gum shielding. He's just hide me gum shielding while the bloody wraps. Gum shield.
What's the plans now then? I know you're number one mandatory or the number one challenger for the belt, but there's something with Belcher or something that's going to be fighting Arnold Adams next.
Belcher is meant to be fighting him, but I just don't know what's happening with Belcher. I don't know if he's took an injury or he's... I don't know what's happening. He's just, you would think it was an injury. I don't really keep up much with the fighting, but I've messaged Arnold. Arnold says we've got to wait for the Belcher fight, but if Belcher doesn't want it, I'll jump straight in there, like.
That's what I mean, because Arnold, it's been a while now, hasn't it, since Arnold Adams has fought?
But that's the problem, isn't it? You know, when you champ, you do fight less. So that's why you get paid more now, because you fight less. But
yeah.
It's one of them for Arnold, you know. Arnold will want the money as well, you know. He needs a fight, you know, to get paid.
Yeah, of course. And is this fight like hoping to take place in America?
I'm not sure I'll fight anywhere, mate. It doesn't bother me, but I'm guessing it'll be over there, you know. It makes more sense.
Yeah, definitely. Be a big fight, mate. And obviously you'll be 100% this time, because I know the last time you fought, you were in a bit of a bad way, weren't you?
It's, it is like, I wrote what I wrote, and people are going, oh, Terrill's making excuses. I wasn't making an excuse. I got beat. I got beat, and Arnold's good. I don't mind getting beat Arnold. But people are saying I threw the fight, and I definitely do not cheat. You know what I mean? I'll stand there and I'll try and win, even though I'm not well. I'll try and win. On that occasion, I didn't win, so I wasn't whinging I got beat. I'm just saying I don't cheat. I haven't threw the fight.
Yeah, would you say Arnold Adams is the toughest opponent you fought? Because you can't really, just because you lost, you can't really say it was your toughest, because you weren't 100%. You know what I mean?
Arnold's very slick, he's very tricky. He's a mint lad as well, when you talk after. But he's slick, he's tricky, he's skillful, he sees shots, he's got a good IQ. He punches hard. So he's got everything, but like, I don't know, sometimes you get into fights, like the kid might not be very good, but he's a good brawler. So it looks not very good on camera, but like, you're in a hard fight, Like, Panda barely hit us, but because he was on us all the time, I was having to move more, you've got to think more. So sometimes that takes it out of you more than just being punched.
Yeah, and these brawler type fighters as well, they're not the type of fighter you can train for, either, because they have their own unique style and the way they throw punches and everything.
I'll have this conversation with a few people like that. What do you do when you get a chip shot brawler? The windmillers.
Yeah.
I say, well, you wait to get tired and then you knock them out. But, if you get a windmiller who doesn't get tired, you're in trouble.
He's just shotting shots all night.
You're in trouble. If he doesn't care that he's getting hit and he's hiding windmills and you're trying to pick good shots, you've either got to get into his game, because when they're windmilling, like, from all different angles, it's hard to get an angle back off them.
Yeah.
So, usually you wait till they get tired.
It's not as if you've got your gloves to protect you as well, innit? So every shot that's fucking, even if it's not hitting you clean in the face, it's fucking hurting when it's getting hit.
When I fought Panda, this is how bad it is with Ben. Panda, at the very last shot of the second round, he caught us with it, and it looked absolutely nothing. And I couldn't see out me left eye. And honestly, when you look at this shot, it looks like he gives a little slap or something. But my vision went like a purpley brown colour. I couldn't see it. And if you watch, I actually go into the wrong corner. And my corner team I shot, we're over here. We're over. I couldn't see a thing. But obviously, when you go to the cut man, he's gone, everything okay? You're going, yeah, I'm fine. And then luckily, I think it was a minute into the round, my vision come back. 30 seconds into the the minute break, my vision come back. But then they threw the towel in for Panda, so I was lucky, really.
Yeah, that's bare knuckled. It's a fucker for the eyes, isn't it? Like Scott McHugh, I think I've just seen with him that he might not be able to fight again with his eye. Sean George, like, there's quite a few bad eye injuries that come off the bare knuckle, isn't there?
The only other person is Josh Burns. And I thought Josh Burns, he caught me with a left hook, and I don't know, if you look at a spotlight in the ceiling, like a light.
Yeah.
That white glare in your eye, he hit me with a left hook, and it took about a round and a half for my eyesight to come back in my right eye. That's the only other time I've had vision. But I'm not sure if Panda had blood on his finger or something. I don't know, I might have got a screen of blood on my eye. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. There was a lot of blood there. Could have just been blood on my eyelid, like inside my eye.
What the fuck's going through your head when you're in a fight and you can't see out of one of your eyes?
You just keep going, don't you?
Oh, man.
I mean, it's just one of them. You just hope it gets better.
And when you were hitting Panda, obviously with these shots, did you hurt your hands, or were they just clean shots that you were catching him with?
I was surprised because I was catching them quite clean, and like, although you feel it, it wasn't like painful. And now after the fight, it knocks. When you've sat down, the adrenaline runs out, and you get a little adrenaline dump. The pain kicks in, But at the time, I felt great. Just like I wasn't missing everything I threw. I hit him,
Yeah, is it every single bare knuckle fight you have the next day your hands are sore? Like really sore?
My mindset is, right, if you go outside and it's raining, you're going to get wet. If you play bare knuckle boxing, you're going to get punched in the face. And I've come to terms with the fact, every time I fight, I'm either going to break my hands on my jaw. And usually I've cracked my jaw, I think, on 3 fights, and I break my hands on most of them. So if I come out the fight and I've got maybe 2 broken hands and a cracked jaw, I'm quite happy, because before the fight I thought that's what I'm going to get. If I get stitches, it's a little bit of a nightmare. You think that's something extra. So you've just got to get the mindset that you're gonna get this little injury, and that's part of the game.
Yeah, because it's a lot you see with a lot of fighters when they get cut, they start worrying, don't they? Looking at it and panicking. Yeah.
Well, if you watch, I got cut. I think if you watch the fight, I'll have a look at it, and I think, yeah, he's cut us, and then you forget about it. It's like, if you cry about it and give up, you're like, you're a loser, aren't you? So
so everyone sees it as, don't they? You take a knee out and everyone's on your fucking back.
Right, that's the other thing. When I was ill and I fought Arnold, what would have happened if I'd have said, I've been in Mexico for a week, I get ill, and then I say, sorry, I'm pulling out. So the little puff guy, he's got a free holiday, and he's scared now. He's bottled it, and now he's had his free holiday, and he's pulling out. He doesn't want to have the fight. I'd have been called a coward. In them situations, you're in a lose-lose. You know what I mean? Because if you fight and you get beaten, you're ill. It's like, oh, he's made an excuse. If you pull out your fight because you're ill, it's like you're a coward. So I'd rather just get beat ill, you know what I mean, than pull out.
Yeah, right. It was like the big show as well, wasn't it? Like, it was a big show for you, like, in your career. So
I've got it, because if I fought the week earlier, I was having 10-shot combinations. Honestly, if you watch the videos, honestly, me and Andy's on the pads, I was having 10-shot combos, and then I got proper ill. I couldn't hit 1-2. So honestly, I don't believe in God, And like Andy, my trainer, he's a Catholic, and I was sitting on the bed and I'm praying to God, saying, "Please make us better." And He didn't, So that God's not real to me. He didn't help me. I've got no miracle there.
Bloody hell! But you done well though, mate, as well in the fight, to say that Arnold Adams is the heavyweight champion of the world, and like you held your own with him all the way through it, dropping him, because that was definitely a drop when you hit him. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not taking anything away from Arnold. If you're fully fit, Arnold's going to give you a hard fight. I would say Arnold's a counter fighter, so Arnold will be as good as his opponent. So if you're shit on the night, Arnold will be worse. If you're good on the night, Arnold will be better, because he's working off you. Yeah. So I might have got beaten if I was fully fit. I'm not saying I was definitely going to win, but I would definitely give him a little bit more. I would have had more energy.
Yeah, of course, mate. So what's the plans, Mick? Go on, mate.
I'm saying, if you watch that fight, usually I'm in and out and I'm moving a lot. On that fight, I didn't move. I just stood still. That was the difference.
Did you feel like your gas tank and everything was gone in the fight?
I didn't have a gas tank. It was just, that's why I wasn't moving. I couldn't. I was frightened to hide more than like a 2-shot combo, because if I did, I was knocked. And then when I got back, all my lymph nodes had ripped and everything. It was horrible. It was just worst cold I've had, that one.
Crazy, man. What a horrible situation to be in. And obviously I've spotted Mozzie in that as well, and they said that even looking at you could tell you were fucking ill.
I think I lost 2.5 stone in the week.
Fucking hell, mate. Not good, that, like.
I could have done with it any fat, you know what I mean?
Was that just through pure sweating and not eating and that?
I didn't eat for 4 days. I couldn't. I don't know if you've had it. Like, my throat and everything just went mega dry. I couldn't eat anything. Couldn't have a drink of water. I just sweated all day, every day.
Crazy. It's got a little story behind the fight then, I suppose, with Arnold Adams, hasn't it? It's got, like, obviously to get the rematch and
rematch. Obviously, I hope he knocks Belcher, because I'd rather fight Arnold than Belcher, Like I say, Arnold, like I was talking to Arnold after the fight. He's a nice fella, I've got nothing against Arnold, but he's the champ. I want to be the champ. You know what I mean? That's the end. That's the problem. When you champ, everyone wants to beat you up.
Yeah, of course, they want that pie, don't they? They want a piece of what you've got. But is there plans now just to wait out for this belt, or you're going to, if it's going to be a while for the belt, are you going to stay active and take a fight in between or something?
It's, it is. I've had this conversation with Mozzie and Ann, and thinking, like, I've had to fight a 6'5" man from Thailand. He's American, out of Thailand, for a title shot. Is it worth taking the risk to fight someone else for another title shot? I might as well let myself heal up, rest, and then get myself mega fit for the next one. I mean, after the Arnold fight, I never fought for a year. You know what I mean? So I can wait a year, mate. You know what I mean? I come back and I went through Shoemaker, so he wasn't there. So I might as well get the rest, come back.
Yeah, definitely. It's not worth it. Like you say, anything can happen in the bare knuckle game, can't it? And then it'd all that work just for something daft.
I mean, even if you do get someone, you beat them, you punch them all over, but you break your hands and you miss your title shot. They get somebody else in, you know what I mean? It's just not worth it. I might as well be absolute pinpoint on the mark, ready to fight.
Yeah, definitely. And before we wrap it up, mate, is there any sponsors or shout outs, big ups you want to give a shout out to?
I had quite a few sponsors. I had Owens Jewelers, I had Pete Burke and Sons, I had Rob Ward's Driveways, I had Geller's, his chip shop, Morven's MOT Centre, and I've just been there today as well, Team Valley. And I had Skelton Scaffold, my pal John Skelton. Trying to think of me sponsors. And Computer Clinic, Mark Bailey, one of my good pals, been there today as well, seen him. So I'm lucky, you know, I get sponsored off my pals, you know, so got a close bond with all of them, you know.
Yeah, and what do you think of the, obviously, Bloodsport have opened up a bit, haven't they, to, you know, like the sad thing that they've done?
Mozzie's opened up the books for more fighters, which I've been trying to encourage him to do. Mozzie's after, like, he was saying, I want elite fighters or just want elite champions. I went, no, man, you need all fighters, man. I said, so all fighters are welcome. If you want to get a fight, Mozzie will fight your corner and he'll get your fights. He'll try and get you the best purse he can.
Yeah, 100%. Big up Mozzie. And
what Mozzie will do, he'll put his whole heart on his sleeve and he'll treat everyone individual and he'll try and get everyone the best deal, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Mate, I've witnessed it with Matt. He lives and breathes for the fighters, doesn't he? Every day. He's trying to...
He doesn't care if he falls out anyone. He just wants to get you the best deal.
Yeah, he's not asked. As long as the lads are looked after and treat right.
He's a proper Del boy as well, you know. It's like you can't get no past him.
Oh, proper Del boy. Proper Del boy. He'll be watching this now and his accent going mental on the phone. Who's that saying there? There he is there. Thanks, lads. But I really appreciate you coming on, Mick. It's much appreciated, mate, for your time and that.
Oh, no problem, mate. Anytime for you. Anytime.
And hopefully, mate, when you get some more news, we can jump back on and let everybody know what's happening.
No problem. Anytime you need us, mate, I'll be here.
Cheers, Mick, mate. Thank you very much, my man.
Cheers, mate. I'll see you later.
See you later, mate. Bye. Nice one, people. I'm going to put Mick's social media and that all in the description so you can head over there and follow him. Get this title in for the UK lads. Respect everyone in the comments. Bloodsport in the red corner podcast. Robbie Stockburn, James Cooper, Bloodsport, Tony Meehan, my man, James Cooper, Richard Doherty, Andrew Young. Big up everyone and good night. God bless. Thank you for tuning in.